Welcome back to English Edition. My name is Nicole King and I'm delighted to run through some of the things our town hall has been up to over the past week. And then later on in the programme we'll be welcoming some international guests who have got great initiatives and projects to share, and also a charity gala. Anyway, let's start off with the news. Startup Ole is now firmly established in Marbella's events calendar and is set to return this June. Tickets are already on sale for what promises to be a packed programme with more than 300 speakers expected to take part. Marbella will once again host Startup Ole on the 17th and 18th of June, making its third edition in the city. The event, focused on digital entrepreneurship, will be held at the Adolfo Suarez Conference and Exhibition Centre. This year's programme brings together some of the most relevant areas in technology, from artificial intelligence to cybersecurity, while also giving space to key sectors such as tourism, sustainability, mobility and healthcare.
Vamos a volver a convertirnos en un hub tecnológico de referencia, en una cita absolutamente ineludible para startups, para inversores, para instituciones, para corporaciones de todo el mundo durante este evento, que va a contar con ponentes de máxima relevancia y que además tendremos ese respaldo no solamente por parte del Ayuntamiento, sino también por parte de la Junta de Andalucía.
With a strong emphasis on innovation and collaboration, the event will feature a wide range of activities, including conferences, panel discussions, practical workshops and networking sessions designed to connect businesses and ideas.
Dentro de Andalucía, pues creo que Marbella es una ciudad increíble, que lo tiene todo y que también para hacer que brille, hay que trabajar en esa dirección, ¿no?
Siempre hemos dicho, y estoy convencido de ello, que Andalucía es una potencia, es un lugar magnífico en el cual se puede vivir, tenemos una calidad de vida excepcional, pero además se puede generar empleo, se puede generar riqueza, se puede generar una gran cantidad de oportunidades, de cosas que están pasando.
And the scale of the event continues to grow, with more than 350 speakers and over 200 companies expected to attend this year. Marbella is hosting a key stop on the provincial swimming circuit this weekend. More than 400 swimmers, representing over a dozen clubs from across the province, are competing at the newly refurbished Serrano Lima pool. Today, Saturday, the Serrano Lima Municipal Pool is hosting the 5th round of the Provincial Swimming League, and for the first time, the Andalusia Swimming Federation is staging an official competition in Marbella. This has been made possible thanks to the recent refurbishment carried out by the Town Hall, with an investment of around €3 million, transforming the facility into a fully approved venue for competitive events.
El próximo 11 de abril tendremos cerca de 16 clubes de la provincia de Málaga que van a venir a la ciudad, 400 niños que van a estar acompañados de sus familiares, por lo tanto tendremos un número importante de personas que se van a congregar en el entorno de la piscina con el objetivo de disfrutar de una jornada de liga y disfrutar también de nuestra ciudad.
The latest upgrades include new diving boards and electronic timing touchpads, further enhancing the pool's competitive standards. The event itself is split into 2 sessions, one for non-federated swimmers and another featuring official competitions for registered athletes.
Impulso sirve para nadadores que empiezan, da igual si es Benjamín o Prebenjamín o Alevín, están empezando, quieren meterse en la competición, pero le hace falta también un tipo de pruebas más livianas para, digamos, disfrutar de este deporte sin tener que estar, digamos, con gente que lleva más años desarrollándose. Y la parte de refén, pues ya son nadadores. De hecho, te puedo asegurar que Málaga, en el estamento alevín, tiene bastantes nadadores buenos a nivel tanto andaluz como nacional.
This is a chance to see some of the region's most promising young swimmers in action right here in Marbella. Entry is free, although capacity is controlled. The event is also being supported by Marbella Swimming Club, which has highlighted the strong collaboration between the local council and the federation.
Y la verdad es que nos sentimos muy orgullosos de poder celebrar esta 5ª jornada aquí en Marbella. Era una cosa que llevábamos mucho tiempo esperando poder realizar.
It's been a long wait, a very long wait, but there now seems to be a clear and final timeline. The Mayor confirmed this past Tuesday that Marbella's new General Urban Development Plan is expected to receive final approval in May. She also outlined a series of additional measures being prepared by the Council during a real estate forum held that same day. The Town Hall is planning to reintroduce the hotel planning decree first brought in by the Andalusian government during the pandemic, alongside regulatory changes aimed at making the city's planning framework more flexible and effective. The announcement was made by the Mayor during a property sector forum organised by the Costa del Sol Real Estate Association. The proposed changes would allow for greater compatibility between land uses, helping to maximise development opportunities and make better use of available space.
Que sin incrementar la edificabilidad que en un momento se puede tener, sí que podamos utilizar, por ejemplo, el centro de Marbella o el centro de San Pedro, en que se le pueda dar una mayor utilidad, en que no sea solamente un baja más uno, sino que le podamos dar un baja más dos más un ático, en que puedan tener además la posibilidad de la utilización de esas parcelas urbanas, que sea un proyecto más compacto, que le demos mayor uso.
These regulatory adjustments are expected to pave the way for the final approval of the new General Urban Development Plan, a key document that will clearly define the distinction between rural and urban land. It will also unlock significant areas for future development while promoting a more sustainable model of growth, both socially and economically, with a focus on quality of life, improved infrastructure and better mobility, avoiding the kind of uncontrolled expansion seen in the past. And now, for the first time, there is a clear target date for its final approval.
Y el objetivo nuestro ya último es mayo, porque solamente de los 65 informes sectoriales todos son favorables, incluido carretera, incluido medio ambiente, incluido urbanismo. Tan solo estamos con la ratificación de costas, que yo hablé con ellos antes de Semana Santa, nos dijeron que el mes de abril nos lo harían llegar. Digo, ya fue favorable, es una ratificación.
If that timeline is met, Marbella would become the first city in Andalusia to approve its urban plan under the region's new planning legislation, known as the Lista Law, designed to promote more sustainable territorial development. By the end of the summer, the Town Hall expects to have its new data protection unit fully up and running. Last Tuesday morning, the local governing board approved both its structure and its operational framework. While data protection has always been in place, until now there hasn't been a clearly defined system for how it operates. The new Municipal Data Protection Unit will have its own dedicated structure, made up of civil servants and overseen by a municipal delegate. Until now, data protection and responsible management have been carried out, but without a fully systemised model. This new framework will bring greater clarity to procedures, as well as clearly defining responsibilities, something the local government says will strengthen the security of data handling.
Vamos a establecer procedimientos donde se publiquen y se puedan pues consultar por todos los ciudadanos cuáles son las finalidades y la base jurídica del tratamiento y el uso de datos de la corporación respecto a los ciudadanos, estableciendo en esas directrices cuáles son los datos que debe el ayuntamiento disponer y por qué, de tal forma que los ciudadanos no tengan que dispensar cualquier otro dato que no sea necesario.
The creation of the unit is also expected to streamline certain processes and make services more accessible for users.
De establecer mecanismos visibles, accesibles y sencillos, incluidos también los medios electrónicos, para que cualquier información requerida respecto a sus propios datos por los propios usuarios se pueda realizar cómodamente pues, con una conexión a Internet.
During the same local government meeting, planning permission was also approved for a new development in the southern area of San Pedro Alcántara, which will include 97 homes along with a range of facilities.
Una inversión inmobiliaria que va a generar importantes ingresos también en la propia corporación, en el propio ayuntamiento. Hablamos de un presupuesto de ejecución material de casi 22 millones de euros.
This private investment will also generate income for the council, including a 4% contribution to public funds, as well as additional assets for the municipal estate. A local platform is complaining that there is still no movement on the breakwaters after sending a letter to the coastal authority. The group points out that a year ago they secured a commitment for the immediate execution of the works in central Marbella and San Pedro once all permits were in place. Those permits have now been granted, but the works have still not begun. The platform calling for offshore breakwaters in Marbella is once again mobilising and has sent a letter to the Coastal Authority, which falls under the Ministry for Ecological Transition, demanding the immediate launch of the tender process for both projects in San Pedro and along the stretch between El Ancon and La Venus. The group recalls that in May 2025, they were given a commitment that the tender process would begin once all favourable reports had been obtained, including the environmental report, which was the last one pending. That report has now been issued with a favourable outcome, and they are now reiterating that commitment with a further letter that will also be sent to the government subdelegation.
Primero le mandaremos ahora otra carta al subdelegado de gobierno, a Javier Sala, ¿sabe? Para ponerle en conocimiento que le hemos mandado una carta, que seguramente entre ellos se lo habrán informado. Le mandaremos una carta también preguntándole que dónde está esas palabras suyas tan bonitas que se iban a licitar inmediatamente.
They point out that, had the deadlines been met, the construction of the 5 perpendicular breakwaters along the San Pedro coastline and the 2 offshore ones in Marbella should by now be practically complete. For that reason, they are once again calling for the project, which they believe the ministry is using for political purposes.
Estando en época de elecciones, 17 de mayo, van a contestar. ¿Qué mentira van a decir? Pues una más, pero a contestar, contestarán. Y nosotros seguiremos encima a la mentira que nos digan y demostraremos que es mentira. Y ya no nos paramos a ver quién gana.
They also state that if the project is not carried out, they will take legal and administrative action, including filing claims for liability against the administration. The Aula of Mayores continues to move forward. It's a series of courses aimed primarily at people over the age of 55, although open to the general public, in which lecturers from the University of Malaga explore a range of topics. Last Tuesday saw the start of a new course on the gods and heroes of Greek mythology, the 4th in this year's programme. The 4th cycle of the Aula de Mayores programme is now underway at the Cortijo Miraflores Cultural Centre. Organised by the University of Malaga in collaboration with the Town Hall, this latest series is titled Gods and Heroes of Greek Mythology. The opening lecture focused on the women of Zeus. As with the rest of the sessions in this cycle, the course is being delivered by Francisco Sanchez, Doctor in History and Senior Lecturer in Ancient History at the University of Malaga.
Se aficionen aún más porque el tema de la mitología es amado más o menos conscientemente por todo el mundo, pero que se aficionen más aún y bueno, que encuentren en este profesor pues un cauce de conocimiento nuevo y de alguna manera reconozcan que es muy bonito venir a cualquier edad a seguir aprendiendo.
The Aula de Mayores is aimed mainly at over 55s, although attendance is free and open to the general public. According to the lecturer, the audience stands out for its enthusiasm for learning, its self-motivation and its active participation.
Se caracteriza por su preparación, que muchas veces no está sustentada por títulos, sino por lectura de manera autodidacta, podríamos decir, ¿no? Y también por su exigencia. El alumno mayor quiere contenido, quiere, por supuesto, que se le trate con cortesía y con amabilidad como le corresponde a su edad y su experiencia, y por lo tanto plantea esa dualidad de ser un público entregado cuando se siente correspondido y por contra si ve que hay algo hay que coger, si es un público exigente.
The The remaining lecture series in this edition will cover the history of Andalusia between the 15th and 18th centuries, tourism as an agent of change, and the world of wine as a cultural journey. The programme for the summer camps at Fuerte Nagueles were presented on Wednesday, designed to make the most of the summer. Registration opens from mid-month with early sign-up discounts available. The activities are aimed at children aged 3 to 16, combining sport and leisure and also helping families during the school holidays. Even though there is still more than 2 months left of the school year, Fuerte Nagueles has already unveiled its summer camp programme. It will run from the 22nd of June to the 4th of September in 6 separate sessions. Children aged 3 to 12 can take part in the summer camps, while those aged 12 to 16 can join the sport camp, a leisure and sports programme now in its 33rd year.
Cada año no es que le pongamos más ganas, es que le ponemos más ilusión todavía. Queremos que las familias tengan un sitio seguro y un recinto confortable para sus hijos, para que compatibilicen la actividad del trabajo y las vacaciones de los niños.
Los turnos que tienen, gracias a ese acuerdo con la Delegación de Deporte, un descuento de 30 euros las 50 primeras plazas de cada turno, y como bien decía Alfredo, estamos hablando de 1.300 plazas las que se ponen a disposición de los vecinos de Marbella. Tener en cuenta que estos descuentos principalmente se aplican a aquellos vecinos que tengan el carnet del deportista, por lo tanto a aquellos vecinos que se encuentren empadronados en la ciudad.
Each session can be booked with optional meals or early drop-off and will include themed events, trips and excursions adapted to each age group, along with a wide range of sports and leisure activities, including some new additions this year.
Lo que es importante, las fiestas temáticas, como las fiestas del agua, que tenemos unas pistas ahí deportivas de 1.500 metros cuadrados, donde lo llenamos de castillos hinchables con piscina. Ese sería un día. Después tenemos la fiesta de la paella con los padres.
Pues tenemos el circuito de árboles, el paintball. Como novedad para los más pequeñitos tenemos el hellball, que es como el paintball pero con bolas de agua. Tenemos el pickball. Tenemos barredora, castillos hinchables. Como bien ha dicho Rafa, cada fiesta de este año, cada turno, vamos a tener un día específico para la fiesta del agua. La realidad virtual también la hemos metido este año con juegos educativos.
Registration opens on the 15th of April and can be completed online. Marbella is a melting pot of cultures, and in the coming months some of them will be celebrating their national days. The programme includes up to 8 events, organised by the Foreign Residence Department together with the participating countries. The celebrations will take place between April and August, allowing them to share their traditions with the wider community.
Es una programación que refleja la diversidad cultural, la riqueza y el espíritu internacional que caracteriza a nuestra ciudad, ese cosmopolitismo que tenemos, teniendo en cuenta que es una ciudad donde conviven nacionales de múltiples países, concretamente son 153.
Marbella is home to residents from 153 different nationalities, with more than 62,500 registered foreign citizens, a figure that now accounts for almost 34% of the municipal population. Of these, more than 10,600 belong to the 7 countries that will be holding their celebrations in the coming months. The programme will begin with the Festival de la Pequeña Cuba, for Cuba, which will take place from the 17th to the 19th of April at La Fontanilla.
Muy contentos, felices de volver a mostrar la cultura cubana al pueblo de Marbella y sobre todo a los cubanos que están empadronados y compartiendo en este espacio de la ciudad. Este año pues tendremos como novedad, haremos para comenzar la fiesta un pequeño manifiesto apoyando al pueblo cubano, apoyando a los nuestros debido a todos los acontecimientos que han habido en los últimos tiempos, la lucha contra la dictadura.
Traditions, gastronomy, music, dance and the national costumes will all be on display, showcasing the folklore of countries such as the Philippines, Venezuela, Ecuador, Paraguay, the Netherlands and Argentina.
Es la primera vez que como asociación cultural vamos a representar a nuestro país y lo que queremos hacer es invitar a toda la gente el día 24 de mayo, que en la Plaza La Fontanilla estaremos desde las 12 hasta las 11:30 de la noche, mostrando nuestra cultura, nuestra comida, nuestras tradiciones.
The Town Hall will also mark Europe Day with an institutional event on the 8th of May at El Hospitalillo. Further details about each celebration will be released gradually as the dates approach. Most of the events will take place at La Fontanilla, with 2 held in San Pedro and another on Avenida Pablo Reyes. The Town Hall has already begun process to build a new facility in the Huerta del Prado area, which will be used by local associations. The plan is for it to be cover around 800 square meters and serve groups such as Debra, Piel de Mariposa and Cadi. It's still in the early stages, but the design has already been finalized. Making use of the 20% of green space that urban planning laws reserve for public facilities, the Town Hall has put forward a project to build a new centre in the Huerta del Prado area, which will be dedicated to local associations. The building will be constructed next to the plot where the community gardens are located, although in an area with lower agricultural value.
Estamos trabajando con asociaciones como Debra, que sabéis que es Piel de Mariposa, que tiene su sede nacional en Marbella, también con Cádiz y con otras muchas ONGs que necesitan espacio para tener un equipamiento de unos casi 800 metros cuadrados que va a permitir que esas asociaciones tengan actividad y que además lo hagan en un entorno pues verde, un espacio amplio, un espacio abierto que les permite tener terapia que pueden combinar la zona de esparcimiento también con lo que es el día a día de esas asociaciones.
The project, which aims to provide social organisations with a new space to carry out their activities, is currently in the initial administrative phase, ahead of the start of construction. Colombian poet Piedad Bonet has opened a new edition of the Mar Poética. She did so in a talk where she highlighted the healing power of poetry, even describing it as the purest form of creation. The 9th edition of the festival is now underway, and over the coming days it will take centre stage in the cultural calendar. The Mar Poética Festival has raised the curtain at the Teatro Ciudad de Marbella. Once again, ideas, music, film and the creation of language come together around what is considered the purest genre in literature. Colombia is this year's guest country, bringing with it the richness, complexity and poetic essence that emerges from across the ocean.
Queremos que el festival integre a todos los que piensan, crean y hablan en español. Y eso creo que es la esencia que hoy tiene el festival y la fuerza que tiene el festival también, porque integrar, traer, encontrarnos aquí en Marbella con la potencia, la fertilidad, la riqueza de la cultura ahora mismo que se está haciendo en Hispanoamérica, creo que es algo que nos enriquece enormemente.
Hosted by Javier Vicedo, the opening day focused on a conversation with Colombian writer Piedad Bonet, one of the most renowned Spanish language poets, who explored the relationship between philosophy and literary creation, while also acknowledging its limits.
Creo que la poesía y la filosofía comparten la idea de que una forma de conocimiento es el buen dudar, el saber dudar. Y yo creo que en tu poesía eso se encuentra constantemente.
Hay una diferencia enorme entre la literatura y la filosofía, que es que la filosofía se ocupa del concepto, o sea, de una precisión que intenta indagar en la verdad a partir de la cosa puramente racional, ¿no? De una aproximación racional. La poesía nace de un lugar muy oscuro.
Bonet began her literary career focused on narrative, but soon realised she felt more at ease writing poetry, also shaped by certain personal circumstances.
La poesía nace del descontento, y yo estaba muy descontenta. Yo estaba muy descontenta porque no era la escritora que había pensado que iba a ser, porque la maternidad es una cosa muy pesada, porque yo estaba metida en un matrimonio muy burgués, en el que sigo metida.
The opening day of Mar Poética closed with a performance by Tania, blending modern and traditional elements with a fresh take on contemporary pop. And now it's time to welcome our first guest of the programme. Her name is Aura Imbarus. Very exotic and looks so glamorous. Aura, welcome to the programme.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Sinergias, for giving me this opportunity.
You look absolutely spectacular. Woman after my own heart, matching jacket and shoes. You radiate sunshine. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in Romania, in Sibiu, my favorite town that was actually in 2007 cultural capital of Europe. And 29 years ago, I won the green card lottery and I moved to Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Oh, for 27 years or the last month?
You tell me.
Okay, it's been a great experience. I mean, Los Angeles, because I've been there for so long, for 27 years, I could call Los Angeles home. But recently, I would say that Marbella has become my second home, or let's call it my third home, because the first one was Romania, right? And so it's been an amazing experience. Whatever I have built in Romania, I used to be a journalist and also a college professor. I took it also in Los Angeles, where I started, teaching for the university and at the same time organizing events for different consulates and women empowerment movements. And then later on, I wrote 2 books. One was also translated in Romanian. Both of them are in English. And since last year, I've been enjoying what you call paradise, aka Marbella.
This really is paradise.
Oh my God, by all means.
For me, when you say you've been living in LA and that, Marbella would be like a smaller, cozier version, perhaps of the same thing?
Absolutely, like Nicole, you nailed it. Like literally, I would say Los Angeles and Marbella. Marbella is like maybe the parity, 1 to 1,000. But Marbella is super cultural, has this mix of cultures, international people living here, enjoying this beautiful weather, of course, tons of different cuisines. So yes, I mean, Marbella looks like LA.
And the amazing international people that make up our community. I saw today we're now over 150 nationalities, 153, I think, registered on the census, which is quite spectacular, but an amazing opportunity to do what we're doing now, learn a little bit more about each other. Tell us about these books you've written. What are they about?
Oh, well, the first one is called Out of the Transylvania Night, and that first book was endorsed by a very, very known Romanian, Nadia Comanici, and it's about my life living in a communist regime and then winning the green card lottery and ended up in Los Angeles.
What is the green card lottery?
It's literally a program that it's going to be given to you if you're just going to apply. I applied in 96 for 97. It's a program that was started by the Democrats. And it's kind of like targeted immigration. So out of 12 million people who applied in 1996, 100,000 were chosen. 55,000 actually made it to the United States. You are going to be given, legal way of staying, but then you would have to kind of like figure out things on your own. So I received the green card, which is, a legal way to end up in the United States. But then I started from ground zero, like working for the hotel business, and then my degrees were transferred over, and I started, teaching for the university and doing so many other things.
Really, it's amazing. It shows the resilience that you can have if you have determination, having a goal.
I always think that I started with the goal in mind. It's the end result that actually really matters, and then you kind of like build towards that. I had like a spiritual mentor. His name was Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was the father of positive psychology, and he wrote a book called Wishes Fulfilled, and it says that pretty much you're always going to start with the end in mind. So in that way, you are not going to be fearful of starting a new journey.
I like that way of looking at it, and I find him also very useful. The different philosophies are people who just remind us that a lot of this is in our own hands.
Of course.
It's just how we approach things. It sounds very easy to say, a bit harder to do, but you have to, it's just being aware, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Being aware, and I think, being also in the present moment. So right now, while I'm here enjoying your amazing company, I'm not going to think about my past, or I'm not going to really be anxious about my future. It's being here in this particular moment, because whatever we have right now, it's never going to be duplicated.
This is true, but it's very hard to do. It's very hard to do. It's something, perhaps, and it's actually one of those things why we get coaches and psychologists, so they can remind us and keep us on that track, or reading the right books. What's your second book about?
My second book is called Conversation with the Past. Now that you brought it up, you know, we're going to go.
I have done. Let's go
I know, a little bit in my past.
People might
right?
want to buy the books.
Yeah, both of them are in English. Both of them are on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. The second book is called Conversations with the Past. Was forced, you know, I'm talking a little bit about our past, you know, coming not to haunt us, but to help us in the present moment. I really believe that wherever we're coming from, the roots are very important, because if we don't really recognize our roots, we are like, let's say, a leaf blown by the wind. So I'm talking about my roots in Romania, but also I'm going to talk about my roots. I talk about my roots, you know, in Los Angeles. So that book, the idea came of being on a show with Neil Donald Walsh. He wrote Conversations with God. And so I was on his show on Amazon Prime, and we were talking about the past and to which extent the past actually is going to really develop you as a person in the present moment. And he said, why don't you write a book about your past? So here we are, Conversation with the Past. Both of the books are actually on Amazon, and they did very well.
And any projects in line at the moment?
Yes, because of Sinergias, right? We are going to try to develop a couple of programs. What I have in mind is actually helping the new entrepreneurs, or the very well-established ones, to create a book, just giving their business a different type of visibility. And so that's one program. Is like, if you have a business, we would love to hear from you, because another way to, you know, present your business, to market your business, is by writing a book about it, or about your own journey. And the second program, it's pretty much called Healing Through Writing. Each and every one has had at one point kind of like an iffy moment, right? And it's not only, you know, acknowledging that iffy moment, but actually writing about it in a cathartic experience.
It sounds like you have had and are having an exhilarating life with a lot of challenges, I am sure, but you've, I can see that you face them with this vivacity that really is contagious.
Well, it's like you know, like attracts like at the end of the day, right? So if we're not really going to, you know, thank God or the universe or whatever you believe in, you know, each and every morning when we wake up for the possibility of starting a new day, then, I mean, we should not be here on this planet. And I think, you know, this planet has so many different gifts to give us.
Well, I hope that we can encourage other people to feel the same way, because it is glass half full, glass half empty. The choice is ours. Aura, lovely to meet you.
Likewise,
I hope
Nicole.
this is the first of many, and I'm glad that we finally got a chance to catch up in person.
Likewise, you know, thank you so much for having me. And once again, thank you, Nicole, and thank you, Sinergias, and thank you, RTV. You know, it's been an amazing experience.
As you can see, she's an amazing speaker, Aura Imbarus. Thank you, darling.
Thank you, my darling.
In my experience, Línea Directa is superb when it comes to insurance, particularly for expats. I have met the dedicated English-speaking team that answers our phone calls. Real people with real families who take pride in providing the best service. Whether it's for home insurance, car, motorbike, they will ensure you get the policy best suited to you. They've also got new policies, especially for our pets and anti-squatter. Everything is in English, everyone is friendly, and everyone is truly doing their best for us. Call 952 14 78 34 or go to their website lineadirector.com for further details.
Zero Hero, welcome to Exotica. Zero Hero, welcome to Exotica.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai.
Zero Heroes.
Welcome to Biddu. Zero Hero, welcome to Hard Rock Hotel Marbella.
Juneñ is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? Juneñ.
Thank you.
Zero Hero, welcome to Belmari.
It's a real pleasure now to welcome, firstly, another Aura. I've never met one before, and today we have two. We've just met Aura Imbarus, and now we're welcoming Aura, who is representing Seroptimus International Costa del Sol, joined by Cornelia. Aura is the new president-elect, I've just heard. You're the treasurer, Cornelia, so a responsible position.
Still the treasurer, but now vice president-elect.
Congratulations. Is it congratulations or I'm sorry? It's a lot of work to be a volunteer and do things for an association.
Yes, yeah. It's a lot of work, yeah.
Why does it appeal to you? I think maybe before we go, why it's appealed to you to be involved. Obviously, there must be something in your personal experience normally that brings us to one association or the other. But what does Seroptimus represent? Let's start with that.
For Seroptimus, actually, we battle for women around the world. It's an international association, and we do work for women and girls. What we want is that advance in all the levels of society, starting from equality, education, equal opportunities, etc. Yeah, so we do have several projects on this respect, and we do work for Seroptimus because we believe that's what the world needs.
I agree 100%. I mean, everybody needs, like, it's funny how we choose our causes, but recently, I mean, I've had occasion to speak with Daphne from your association before, and knowing that particularly women who are subject to gender violence is one of the things you also cover. And that was how I first got in contact with Seroptimus during lockdown, was because of this need to get more information for people who were in delicate situations.
Yes.
So this is something I believe that, I don't know if it's
closed
international.
up at home with a person who hates them most.
It's hot, it can be very scary if you have nowhere to go.
It was very scary for many people, for many women, yeah.
Is this an international project, or is this one that is locally to the coast?
Very many Seroptimist clubs or groups do a project on violence against women, but it's not like one global project. No.
Why has
it started before I joined, actually. I think more or less the very beginning of the.
Yes, I think what you're talking here to the two people actually that take this prayer forward. So,
congratulations from the heart.
Connie, yeah.
From the heart, congratulations and thank you. Because I'm in a position to hear lots of wonderful things. I also got to hear a lot of tragic things.
Yes.
And people ring and call and you don't know where to send them. And to know that you have now this new initiative, the Safe House, is just heartwarming. Can you tell us a bit about that? What does it represent? What does it mean? What does it offer? How can we help?
Actually, this project is divided into two parts. The first part is where we cover hotel or hostel stay, usually for 3 nights, mostly on weekends, for women who have to leave their home usually without even
the spur of the
documents
moment.
or money or nothing. They can, women and their children, of course. So that was social services, the Women's Centre, who approached us and said something has to be done, and so we started to cover this.
The Ayuntamiento, the Town Hall hasn't got the means to look after these women directly, especially because they don't speak the language. We actually serve our major population of women are English speakers.
Right, because there are things, I suppose, for the nationals, but it's like with old people as well. They get put into national old age homes, but they don't speak the language, they don't have the right food for them.
It's very sad.
And they're not happy, even though it's not really a good solution. It's a solution.
Yeah.
Perhaps the first part, this part with the hostel accommodation, can only also be for Spanish or Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
But then we realized that by guiding these women a bit through this weekend, do some shopping with them, that they are completely lost in this country, that by their violent partner, they were completely separated from society, had no contact, and of course, don't speak
the total ignorance of the systems in Spain.
Is it all different nationalities?
Yes.
Foreign nationalities?
Yes.
Are we talking about English,
Mainly,
French, German, Spanish, Dutch?
Yeah, mainly English women. And then we see a few from Marruecos.
Or at least English-speaking women.
Yeah.
Because they can come from
anywhere from. Marbella has 153 nationalities, I think.
Yeah.
And as I say,
nowadays many of them speak English.
Exactly. So no, I 100%. As I say, I'm not excluding anyone, whether you're from Marruecos, Iran, Hungary, China. It's really just to get an idea for people to feel identified with the options and the possibilities. And then after that, is there any way that you can, I imagine you have the information to guide them? Because that's the thing, if you run with your kids, then what? School, where to live, how to get a job, how to not be found.
The first step of safe house is we actually Optimists prepare what we call the magic book, which is a book that contains all for the authorities. It's the working book for the group of people that actually look after these women. So in there are things that we give to them as advice. There is a procedure of how this team works together. There are counseling. They get sheets in their own languages. It's in 4 languages. It's French, German, English, and Spanish, and they receive all the information in their own language. That's the first one. And then, as Connie said, we give them food and roof, care for the children, and anything else they need for a maximum of 3 days. It's a very punctual, for
yes, it's important to find use that time to plan the next step, which
and it's usually either the police forces, usually the Guardia Civil, they approach us, and also the Women's Centre of Mijas, the local Women's Centre. We get a phone call. It can be Friday morning, usually before the weekend, or it can be Thursday at the middle of the night. We have had approaches. So then we get into action.
After we started this project, then the Ayuntamiento, one of our Optimists that work in the Foreigners Department in Mijas, actually had the great idea of creating a group that is called Biogenex. There is a group that is called Biogen, that actually looks after all the Spanish women that are in this situation. So biogenex is violence, gender violence for women, and the X at the end is foreigners.
The extranjeros.
Yes, exactly. So that group has been great because it brings about all the people that works with us around the table to discuss what the problems are, what the solutions are. The ayuntamiento, the town hall sits with us in there, and that we all know what's happening.
Maybe, what can we do to help? I mean, maybe extend this, get involved. What could the general public do to help?
It's the,
I think,
diffusion of, you
Yes.
know, it needs
Awareness,
to be.
I think, is always
Yeah, awareness is the clue.
Yeah.
So that women don't know, and we are tired to take things out there.
Yes, it's difficult to keep doing good.
And until we reach these women, they are so lost, because just had a new case yesterday, and she was trying to get everywhere for information, for help, and so on. So when I met her and I said, look, I'm trying to guide you a bit, she was very relieved in a way, even so her situation still had not changed, but to know that somebody would go to further appointment with her and wouldn't let her, and of course, yes, as you say,
Problem shared is a problem halved, undeniably.
Exactly.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
That is the phrase.
Yes, because I'm
You
sure
are
they feel
not
very
alone.
alone,
Yeah.
and that no one's going through and no one's going to understand, and obviously they're not alone and you do understand. Please, let's make this the first of many chats so we can carry on keeping up awareness. Lest they forget, we have to keep, I'm getting goosebumps, we have to just keep talking about it, so that anyone out there who feels that they need help, you can contact soroptimist.costadelsol@gmail.com. Contact the show, contact Sir Optimist. Thank you so
and
much,
our
girls.
website is all there for you to enjoy.
What's the
With
website?
all the work we
Sir Optimist.
Is costadelsol.siroptimist.es.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Nicole.
you very much.
Thank
and
you
thank
so
you so
much
much everything you do.
for inviting us.
Thank you.
We are very proud.
You should be. In my experience, Línea Directa is superb when it comes to insurance, particularly for expats. I have met the dedicated English-speaking team that answers our phone calls. Real people with real families who take pride in providing the best service. Whether it's for home insurance, car, motorbike, they will ensure you get the policy best suited to you. They've also got new policies, especially for our pets and anti-squatter. Everything is in English, everyone is friendly, and everyone is truly doing their best for us. Call 952 14 78 34 or go to their website lineadirector.com for further details.
Zero Hero, welcome to Exotica. Zero Hero, welcome to Exotica.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai.
Heroes!
Welcome to Biddu Anus.
Zero Hero, welcome to Hard Rock Hotel Marbella.
Juneñ is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? Juneñ.
Thank you.
Zero Hero, welcome to Belmari.
I'm delighted to welcome Tania of Tiny Fish to the studio. She's part of the Business First networking group organised by the lovely Sam Campbell. And I'm delighted that we get an opportunity to actually have a chat. We've coincided at many events,
yes,
breakfast meals, but as we got to know each other, we don't have that need to network.
No.
But it would be nice to know a little bit more about you now we have a chance. So firstly, thank you for coming to the programme.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
How long have you been living on the coast?
I've been living on the coast for 27 years now, so a long time.
Really long time?
Yeah, most of my life.
And you speak Spanish then, I would imagine?
Yes, I do. I speak Spanish, yeah. I speak Spanish, Danish, and English.
How come you get the Danish?
Because I am from Denmark, even though I don't look very Danish, I am from Denmark. Adopted from Sri Lanka, so that's how.
What a beautiful story! I mean, we have such a nice mix of international community in the Costa del Sol. You're in your salsa.
Yeah.
Because we've got Costapolitan. We're all a lovely mix of everything.
Yeah, true.
And it just shows you how little we have spoken, although I've known you for years, because I had no idea that you were Danish.
No.
Or that you were from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Just see, you're beautiful, exotic, and always very sweet and friendly. Which is important, I suppose, because you're into marketing. When you do a lot of... Tell us what Tiny Fish does.
Tiny Fish offers, graphic design we can help with, but also we do I'm a print broker. So what does that mean? It's like you have an insurance broker that tries to find out the best prices for insurances. Well, I do the same with printing, using the experience that I have within the printing business I have it for 20 years now that I work with printing. So for the clients, very often it's very difficult for them to know which printer is the best for doing your business cards or your catalog, or if you're doing any merchandising products. And I have the contact to over 50 printers in Spain, Europe. So I know which printer is the best printer for the job that the client has. Yes, for each project that the client has.
Because there are lots of people even for the television, have brochures and business cards, but it's quite different printing a brochure. And when you only want to print 50 at a time, so you can change it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
the print runs and...
A little bit of difference on the price can make a big difference.
Yeah, then the client saves a lot of time and a lot of hassle as well, because I do the talking with the printer, so that there normally can be a few problems or misunderstanding with the files and anything, and I sort it out for them. So
I've never heard of a print broker. That is wonderful, and it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You can spend a lot of time ringing lots of printers and getting quotes and trying to work out what they're saying.
Work out what they're saying and preparing the file, because you think you have a ready file when we have a lot of people now designing their own files in Canva and all these programs, which is fine, it's perfect, but they're not always adequate for print when the job is done. So they think it's done and they send it off to the printer, and the printer's like, we can't use this for print. So I can make sure that the files are perfect and ready for print.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I saw that you do other things as well. So you do merchandising, you source merchandising.
Yeah, all types of merchandising. If you have an event, or even if you just want some small goodie for your goodie bags for clients, if you as gifts or bags, we can do anything from pens and to stress balls, pull-ups, and anything that you can think of really with your logo on it.
Do you see any trends in the different merchandising? Because a lot of people do want to give something.
They do. Actually, there's not really like a trend in it. You see a lot of people doing pens and the typical bags and stuff, but you can actually personalize it very much for each business. So if it is a chiropractor clinic, for example, I'll go in and I can find some things that I think could be relative for them, that can be some good giveaways for their clients. So then everyone gets some different things, Doesn't have to be all the same.
What's the part of it you like the most?
All of it, really. I mean, I do everything from the talking to the client to the design and sending it off to print. So I like all of it. I do like to do design work as well. But I like the contact with the clients as well.
You said you were involved in a magazine, just in a passing comment.
Yeah, I worked for a Danish magazine years ago before I started Tiny Fish. And I was the graphic designer and ended up being the director of the magazine, doing all the sales work for them as well. But it's 10 years ago.
Well, everything prepares you for where you get to, so you know what people need, you understand.
That was a good starting point, very good starting point. I got a lot of experience from that time.
And the Tiny Fish name, we were actually just commenting with the production. And I said, well, I imagine because you also want to show that little companies can also have big advertising as aspirations.
Exactly. That's exactly why I thought of that name. And it's catchy, and it needs very often a bit of an explanation. Not everyone gets it, you know, and they ask me, and then it's a good conversation starter. So,
exactly. Yeah. Well, you are a big fish in Tiny Fish.
In Tiny Fish,
And it's lovely to know that you do that. Is there anything else we should know about what you do that we're missing out?
No, not really. I mean, like you've mentioned it all, with the graphic design, printing and merchandise, and even if they need any help with content for social media and all, I can also help with that.
Journalist background.
Yes, as well.
Fabulous. Yeah. Tania, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Sam Campbell from Business First, for lending us your lovely Tania to talk about Tiny Fish. Fabulous for marketing. And I love this, your print broker.
Yes.
That is absolutely fabulous. And for the merchandising, I've got a lot of things in mind. I'll be sending you an email after the show.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Tania. In my experience, Linear Director is superb when it comes to insurance, particularly for expats. I have met the dedicated English-speaking team that answers our phone calls. Real people with real families who take pride in providing the best service. Whether it's for home insurance, car, motorbike, they will ensure you get the policy best suited to you. They've also got new policies, especially for our pets and anti-squatter. Everything is in English, everyone is friendly, and everyone is truly doing their best for us. Call 952 14 78 34 or go to their website lineardirector.com for further details.
Zero Hero, welcome to Exotica. Zero Hero, welcome to Exotica.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai.
Zero Heroes.
Welcome to Biddu.
Zero Hero, welcome to Hotel Marbella.
Juneñ is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? Juneñ.
Thank you.
Zero Hero, welcome to Belmari.
And now it's a pleasure to welcome back to the studio the lovely Rani, because she's promoting another charity event on behalf of the Rotary Club Marbella, Guadalmina. And here again we have the lovely Biddu. So nice to see you both. You look lovely.
Thank you.
And as always, it's like naturally coordinating the navies, the wines.
We try.
Really, it's an absolutely fabulous combo.
Thank you.
And I love the idea of a Bollywood gala. I mean, do you just know it's going to be joyful and colourful?
100%.
And at the Hard Rock Hotel. I mean, it's the perfect combo.
Yes, it is.
Tell us more, tell us more.
Right. The charity Bollywood Gala for Bollywood Night is actually something that we hold close to our hearts, because we have a global grant with India for the Spine Foundation. So what we are trying to do is, again, work and collect as much as we can to help the children in India with the Spine Foundation. And we also support AFA in Marbella, because I feel a lot of the young people today are also getting Alzheimer's and they all need help. So we are trying our best.
Is Alzheimer's Association.
An adult one, yes.
Okay, so we've got a great cause.
Yes.
Well, great causes. And how are we raising money? What's going to be going on at the event? How do we go? What's going to be happening when we get there?
Biddu, you want to fill her in on that?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's going to be a great evening, obviously, because even with the name Bollywood, it just expounds colour and fun, and there's going to be music. There's going to be dancing, Bollywood dancing.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and there's going to be a DJ on the night. We're going to have wonderful Indian food. And Rani and I are going to compare the show. So it's going to be uphill from after that.
Oh, no, I mean, it's going to be lovely. I mean, every event that the Rotary Club does is always done with, you know, with style.
Yeah.
And you always put on lovely events, and you always have lovely people going. So this is coming up next week.
Next Saturday.
It's going to be, so a week time to get tickets. Are there any spaces left?
We have a few left, so if everyone hurries up, we can probably still fit them in.
Yeah, because it's, where is it? The Hard Rock, I mean, the event it's got a big space.
It's got a big space. We've got the Roxy Ballroom, so yes. And we have a massive dance floor, so there'll be a lot of dancing that night, a lot of colours, and we have a sitar player.
Oh, wonderful.
So it'll be fun.
I can't
it's
wait.
going to be a fun night.
So all charity events are worthwhile, and most of them are lovely, but this one really does sound one not to be missed. Bollywood in Marbella.
Yes.
Wonderful. Anything we need to add? Tickets, where can we get those from?
Online, actually. I mean, we have a website at Guadalmina. Our Rotary Club Guadalmina is also on Facebook. So if anyone wants to contact us there, or on the flyer that you have behind you.
And also at the Hard Rock Hotel, you just tell them you want to go to the gala, which is possibly one of the easiest ways.
Easiest way, but however, I would say try and email us at rotarybollywood@gmail.com.
Fabulous. Biddu, anything else to add?
Well, I think Rani has said it all. It's going to be a fun evening, and I just hope people will dig into their pockets, deep pockets, and come for that occasion.
And it's not so deep, actually. I mean, obviously it's a price, but it's not so deep for our local community. I'm sure we can afford to make that extra little effort for an extra special evening.
Exactly. I mean, every little bit helps. So I think it will be a fun night. We have got a silent auction, we've got raffles, we've got dancing, we've got shows all night long.
And you've also created great awareness for two associations that personally I'd never heard of. So
wow.
There you go.
The Spine Foundation of India.
And the Alzheimer's. I mean, I knew it was there, but bringing it...
You've heard of it, you just forgot about it.
The Alzheimer's one, you've heard of it, but it's bringing... That's the thing, it's repetition.
Yes.
This is the thing, we forget. I have heard of it, but we forget. So you have heard of it, obviously.
Yes.
And we need reminding, so maybe before the next gala we need to meet up again and just talk about the association.
Let's try and get through this one
someone
first.
from the associations on the show, so they can give us some real in-depth behind the scenes.
100%.
Well done. I know it's a lot of work to do what you're doing.
It's a lot of work, but it's fulfilling.
Lovely, particularly as it's Bollywood.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so. So put on your dancing shoes and come join us.
Exactly. Be comfortable, be colourful, and get to Hard Rock Hotel in Marbella to join Rani and Biddu on the 18th of April for a fabulous gala Bollywood evening for charity. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found the information on the programme of use and also enjoyed meeting some of our international residents. You can go to the rtvmarbella.tv website for links to catch up on the programme, or go to my website nicoleking.es for links to this show, also to my Marbella Moments column in the Euro Weekly News, at zerohero.es website for an ever-increasing list of venues who are awarding the designated driver, including Hard Rock Hotel. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.